But at the end of the day, whether you're calling one person and looking for a job for yourself, or you're a sales dedicated person, or you're starting a new business, you still have to have three questions. You have to know what it is that you're bringing to the market. You need to know who you're talking to, and you need to know what value you're bringing.
Good morning, Susan.
Good morning, Dave. Hi.
Hi, nice to see you again. And I met Susan. I met you at an Incrementa virtual event that we had a few weeks ago. Your business around lead generation really caught my attention because I'm always looking for things that can make my clients' sales process more effective. Mm-hmm. And lead generation, that's an area that is of a lot of interest to a lot of people. How do I do that, and how do I get results? So why don't you introduce yourself and your business, and let's have a conversation about what you think really works around lead gen.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Dave. I've been operating as TelCat Communications since 2001. Like, my gosh, where does the time go already? I've been through several business cycles and have learned how to communicate through some of the best and worst of times in our economy. And I focus on and specialize in business-to-business lead generation. And my love of talking to people is what I have leveraged for myself into my business. And clients will hire me to help them get in front of qualified decision makers so that they can close more business and make more money. That's what it is at the end of the day. And I just think it's so wonderful that we're in such an organized economy and world that someone who has one thing that she loves to do so well can focus just on that and just do that and be of value to her community and to the economy. And that's where I'm driving my passion these days, is to help more people get their businesses running and help some displaced warriors out there in the world find their new place in the economy. So I love to talk to people, and I'm so glad we met.
Absolutely. And what I find fascinating about what you do versus what I do is I've focused on strategy, planning, assessments. How do I make my sales team more effective, get the right training in place? But the execution side is really important. And that's what a lot of smaller companies especially struggle with, is how do we actually start and execute effectively? And I see what you bring to the table, the idea of lead generation, as a part of that execution. Once we know what the process looks like, how are we going to go about achieving it? And I also like what you're talking about, working with smaller companies. So how do you see these two pieces fitting together?
Well, you can scale it up or you can scale it down, but at the end of the day, whether you're calling one person and looking for a job for yourself, or you're a sales dedicated person, or you're starting a new business, you still have to have three questions. You have to know what it is that you're bringing to the market. You need to know who you're talking to, and you need to know what value you're bringing. And larger organizations will want something more formal and documented that can be shared with more people. Or if you're doing it just for yourself, you still have to have these questions answered so that you don't waste anybody's time. The worst thing to do is to waste your own time. And, how dare you waste someone else's time? The more organized you are beforehand, the more calm you are, the more relaxed you are, the more fun this is. This should be fun. And the reason you do all this planning and you have your tools and your documents available to you is so that you can just be yourself and be relaxed and have fun. Because that's what I think it should be. That's my take on it. Talking to people should be fun.
I can't imagine getting up in the morning and thinking, I have to go to a job I hate.
Oh.
I haven't done that for a very long time, and you know, it's not always fun, but it should be something that I feel confident about, and I know that I can get results, and the results will make it a better experience for me and for whoever I'm talking to.
You know, yeah, and you make a good point there. And you know, this is a master's secret we're letting out. If you're not having fun, people don't want to do business with you, and it will come across in your voice. So make it easy on yourself and have fun. And there are ways and methods that I would love to share with people, which we can't do in under 10 minutes.
Right.
Of how to do that. It's a process. Tool.
It's a behavior, a strategy, a tactic, all of those things. You and I've actually been talking about that, and we've talked about putting together a couple of ideas that we want to turn into online sessions in the time of COVID. It's perfect timing with the audience that we're looking to, smaller companies that are trying to do this. And what we've talked about, and I think, you know, what I hope we're executing on is later in this month, a masterclass, 1-hour program on sales process, sales strategy, and lead generation for small companies and individuals.
And how to get comfortable enough to talk to people.
And I love the idea that you have of this title, which really caught my attention, was how to get a meeting with anyone. That's, you know, at the end of the day, that's the problem you're trying to solve. How do you get a stranger to want to talk with you and get that meeting?
That's where the rubber meets the road.
Exactly right. And I think, you know, what I'd love to do is that works out, we've talked about putting on a longer session in the autumn, which could be 3 or 4 sessions of really breaking this down into the details. And as you say, sharing the knowledge. You know, obviously both of us are comfortable going and helping companies and providing this as a service, but I do think this is the time and place to help people help themselves get this done.
I want to share what I do, how I do it. I love what I do. I want to demystify it. I want people to feel comfortable picking up the phone. Mm-hmm. And for anybody out there that thinks, well, I will send another text. We have a great CRM. I'm on LinkedIn. Great. Keep doing that. But there will come a point when you will want to, and someone will want to talk to you. And we want to complement and add onto what you're already doing so that you get more of what you want faster and more people hear about you, because things have changed. Absolutely. The economy has changed. There are going to be more people pursuing the same smaller piece of the pie, the smaller pie. So we have to get more comfortable reaching more people with a more concise message and have more fun doing it. That's just simply the way it is. And the better we are at it, well, the more successful we'll be, and our economy will grow. So that's where my passion comes from. We're halfway through the year. We have no time to waste to get going.
And what I like about it is that we have a bit of an alignment around creating tools and sharing the tools that people can use to do this on their own, from strategies and planning tools to you know, the kind of tools that you use in lead generation, and making those available so that people can work with those, I think is kind of an exciting sharing opportunity as well.
Yeah, I agree. And even for people that have been doing this for years, it's always exciting to hear someone else's version of what works for them. There's always some little nugget of something that you can apply to your own situation. Mm-hmm. And it's just fun to talk about what you do for a living and share the energy and share the love.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're past our normal time for a sales talk and coffee chat.
Already?
So it's good to talk with you, and I look forward to following up on these ideas. Happy
cool.
coffee.
I'm excited. Thanks, Dave.